Hi, folks, and welcome to one of the big occasions on the college football calendar. Two teams that have earned their right to play for the championship of the ACC. Think about all the playoff and national championship dreams that have been launched from this stadium. We're going to be treated to not just a top 10 matchup, but a battle for a conference championship and an automatic bid to the college football playoff with the first-round bye that goes with it. So a lot at stake here, as we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the South Florida Bulls, taking on the 9th-ranked team, the Florida Atlantic Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Kickoff team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And the coverage team gets the returner to the ground. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it fly out of the wideout. Works downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. And it works. The first down to the 35.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Receiver makes the catch. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
And the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
Receivers are bunched together. And looking to throw now on first down. He's got it near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Bulls. Setting the tone early for how about the execution, opening drive of a conference championship game.
Yeah, Chris, I'm with you. Usually it takes you maybe a series or two to just kind of get settled in, especially with all the hype. But not this offense. Got to give them a lot of credit. They were ready to go, and it really showed up on that opening drive.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Now they get set to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29.
Hat on the hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And there's the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
That's a football play right there, Chris. This one takes me back a little bit. Toss sweep to the right. Get the ball into your back's hands. Get a lot of people out in front. Control the line of scrimmage. How about the wide receivers? They're doing a nice job blocking downfield. Almost felt like half the offense was out in front of him, giving him a chance to pick up some big yards.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
The game makes it second and medium. Direct snap to the back. Finding a bit of space. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Made the defense look slow that time. See if they can convert the point after. And it's up and good. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the South Florida offense back on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for a deep completion. Oh, and it's dropped right off his hands. A chance for a big play, but a little early nerves on the part of that receiver.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Handoff here from the shotgun. But a quick stop by the defense. Gain just 2, so it's 3rd and 8. Come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down, looking to scramble. Quick completion to the tight end. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
And this defense has got to do a better job on 3rd down. They got to mix in a blitz here and there. It's all about getting pressure on the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Fires it to the wideout. He pulls it in for a big gain. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
The Bulls' offense is on the move now. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. And the tackle is made. The defense saying, not this time. They got burned in the scramble last time. They bring him down pretty quickly here. Second down play coming up. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Trying to extend the play. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense. They finally come up with their first sack of the game. Do it by blitzing the DB.
Love to see the secondary get involved. I know it's a bit of a risk. You play some man coverage behind it, but you can see how dangerous it can be when you decide to bring these defensive backs because of their speed.
He's got it right near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, South Florida.
Oh, this guy has a knack for the end zone, doesn't he? That's 2 touchdowns for this guy today, and I don't know if he's done yet.
And they'll set up for the PAT. The PAT is good. They go up a touchdown, 14-7. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. The last drive, the ground game was so successful. Ended in a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can respond to it this time. He's going for a big play downfield. And the ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. He's escaping the pocket now. The defense will wrap him up, but he's able to scramble for a first down and keep the drive going.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
Looking to throw it on first down. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Caught over the middle by the tight end. And he goes down after a huge gain. This offense is clicking now.
A lot of times college quarterbacks that are more comfortable working to the outside. Here's an example of a quarterback with a full field read, and he hits a big play in the middle.
Here comes a throw from the red zone. He lets it go on the move. Makes the catch. Can he get in? Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
This defense has got to do a better job in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, and this offense could have 50 on you by the end of this game.
He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, USF.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread and throwing the football and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, FAU. Lining up to try the extra point. The extra point is good. They're down by a touchdown, 21-14. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Returner trying to create good field position. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. First down here for this offense. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. And he lobs it deep down the middle. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. Finally able to take him down, but that's a great return after the pick.
Chris, it feels like to me the offense is being really cautious. The defenders are just sitting back there almost playing backyard football, knowing the offense is being a little bit more conservative. Eyes on the football, stepped in front of it, and make
breaks clear, end zone ahead. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Owls. And now to try here for the extra point. It's blocked. Picked up by the offense. Can he make something happen? After the block PAT, the special teams coach hoping for better execution here on the kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulls offense back onto the field. Let's see how this quarterback responds. Remember, an interception on the very first play of the last possession. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. Looking right, this one caught. And that will pick up the first down. Spotted at 38.
What a simple read and a simple throw for the quarterback. You want to give me the running back sliding down to the backfield? No problem. I'll take that. Let him do the work after the catch.
First down. Looking to throw the football. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. This line getting set up. It's a first down play.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the South Florida 21, Florida Atlantic 20.
A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. On the run, he's going to chuck it deep. That deep shot is caught for a big gain.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
Offense racing down the field. It sets up a 1st and goal inside the 10. Looking to throw it again. He's moving out of the pocket now. He'll try a pass here. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Boy, this quarterback is living on the edge. Remember, he threw an interception in the last drive. Thought he might learn from that. Instead, he throws the ball right back into coverage. I thought he threw another pick. He better change the way he's playing the game or he's going to cost his team a game.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Launching one to the end zone. Looking for a touchdown, but it's incomplete.
Anytime you're snapping the ball inside the 10-yard line, we always know for the quarterback the windows are tighter and they close much faster. He's got to do a better job of getting the ball out quicker to give his receiver a chance.
They'll look to throw it on 3rd and goal. Incomplete for a 3rd straight play.
Hey, it's an incompletion, but it's a nice job by the quarterback. I know it didn't pan out, but the most important thing is he didn't turn the football over and he didn't take a sack. It'll give your kicker a chance to put some points on the board if they opt for the field goal here on 4th down.
Right down the middle.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. Remember, last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? They got him, but not before making 1st down yards to move the ball to the 41. Back behind the quarterback, aligned in a pistol. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense. Almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big yards in the 1st down. I think in the process, Chris, they send a message to the defense. You can rush our quarterback all you want, but when you do, you better be careful because we're going to throw the screen on him.
They've got him, but it's a huge gain. They'll spot it about the 27.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball, pick up yards like this, really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence, and you'll start to see some.
And he'll loft it to the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete. He flat out dropped what would have been a touchdown. 2nd down coming up now.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3.
Chris, it's the consistency of this pack is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
7th play of the drive coming up. They're going to run it here. Some hard running there through a tackle. Tough running to avoid a loss, and just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not letting him dance around and make something out of nothing.
So here we go, 3rd down in the red zone, the kind of play that decides football games. Bringing pressure. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
The quarterback did all he could here to wait until the last possible moment, but he waits just a hair too long, which allows the defense to actually hit him as he throws the ball.
The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. USF offense is back out there now. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Breaking free at the 35. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be first down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Bulls.
Well, if you're going to give it to him, he's going to take it. That's his 3rd touchdown today against this defense. Whether they play zone or they play man, he's finding ways to win matchups and get the ball to the end zone.
PAT makes it an 8-point game. Getting set to kick the ball off now. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. Last time out, they moved the ball well, but had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, setting the edge, a lot of times you'll rely on that offensive tackle to do the job at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes it's a tight end or maybe the H-back. But someone has got to set the edge of the line of scrimmage to give them a spot to go. If you're not able to do that,
nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. And the ball will bounce out of bounds, so they avoid the turnover.
oh my gosh, Chris, you can almost feel a collective sigh of relief coming from the offensive sideline as that ball rolled out of bounds. The offense catches a break. One more awkward bounce. That ball maybe stays in bounds, and the defense has a recovery.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long. But when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things. And it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw in this play.
try to set up offense back on the field now. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. It's a short return, but a takeaway for this defense. First down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't,
that'll be a safety. Kickoff team out there to boot it away after giving up the safety. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida.
Now we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
And the point after is good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this big lead. The gain moves the ball to a 34.
The draw is a good way to keep the defensive line in check and use their aggressiveness against them. It can be real effective, even in passing situations, if you mix it in correctly.
Here's the toss play now, running to the right. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And the same runner's got it again. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Ball handed off. Defense able to stop the ball carrier there.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. He'll hand it off. Tackle made at the 41. That's first down yardage.
Ooh, how about that offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
You're pounding away with the running game. It's 1st and 10. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. In the clear at the 25. No stopping him. Takes it all the way. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Now they line up to kick the extra point. PAT up and good to get a little bit closer. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with a touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. He's going to try for a return from a couple of yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. South Florida offense back on the field. They've got to be pleased with their performance here in the first half. Let's see if they just play it cautious and get to the break in front. And he lofts it toward the sideline. He's picked for a third time tonight. He's got some room and some blockers here. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Not a real good throw here. He put too much air under the ball, turned into a floater. Now defensively, this is a dream. All you're thinking in that situation is just don't drop it. It's almost like a fair catch on a punt.
Taken down, but not before he makes the first down.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. Man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Running back has it on a screen now. And heads out of bounds after a decent gain.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
And he picks up the first down, tackled at the 32.
Love the call here to get the ball to the edge, give it to a talented, skilled player where he can get to the outside, find some room, and get a first down.
First down and 10 now. Quarterback making some changes at the line. First down, looking to throw the ball. Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
Now the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. And it falls incomplete with just 6 seconds remaining to play. This will likely be the last play of the half. In the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. And he's got some open field ahead. Tackled on the return, and that's how we'll end the first half of play. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
South Florida, 40. Florida Atlantic, 30.
The Bulls will kick this away to begin the second half. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Third down. This offense could really use a conversion here, down multiple scores. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Grab down the middle. It's Hill. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
He's moving out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, these guys just continue to struggle throwing the football. You know, whether it's been running the wrong route, the quarterback not being accurate, the offensive line not doing their job. It's been a collective effort, and it's a big reason why they're trailing now in this game.
Breaks loose at the 45. And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the first down yardage.
At the 16-yard line. Brings up the 8.
Okay, it's third down after that run. Oh, it's snapped to the back. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you get a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
It's a second and goal play for the offense. Trying for the touchdown on the right side. Touchdown, FAU. This offense is still clicking. Here comes the point after attempt. PHC is good. They still trail, though. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. Here comes the Bulls offense back onto the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. The interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. Receiver makes the grab. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
The Bulls pick up enough yardage to get a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Lofting it toward the left sideline. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, USF. Well, the defense has had no answer for this pitch-and-catch combination. They are closing in on the conference championship.
You know, the receiver's coming up with a lot of these touchdowns, but I really want to focus in on this quarterback because he's making such good decisions with the football. He's finding his guy. They're moving him around, finding different ways to get him the ball, and I just love to see the quarterback. Anytime you're making good decisions and you're making accurate throws, you got a chance for a big game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. Big guys up front line up. It's first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
What a job by this back. Keep moving those legs, and he picks up big yards. The defender's just bouncing off of him. Nobody wraps him up. And look at all the yards he picks up.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Now here's the toss play. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards. And they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, I see what the quarterback's trying to do here. He's holding on to that football to the last possible second to give that play a chance, but he held it just a little bit too long. The defense is able to hit him to force that incompletion.
And it's good.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
And here's the return from inside the 5. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. USF offense is back out there now. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments. Airing this one out toward the sideline. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Touchdown, Bulls. Just ran away from the defense. And they connect again. That's just been an unstoppable pitch and catch combination all game.
This receiver's been making this defense look silly, Chris, the entire game. He has multiple touchdowns so far. Just shows you that whatever the game plan was to slow him down, flat out hasn't worked.
With the extra point, the lead is 14. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. They were fortunate to get points on the last possession because of a long-range field goal. Moves the ball up to the 30.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Toss play to the outside. And they'll stop him just short of the marker. Good effort, but the defense holds. Now it's 4th down. Offense is going to roll the dice and go for it inside their own 40. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. And he finds his target. He has the first. He'll go down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a 1st down.
A pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Out of bounds after a nice gain. Finally, a positive play from this offense. Another chunk play. This offense is really clicking. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside. They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
You know, a toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, play's going to blow up.
They stop him, but it's a 1st down.
Was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the 1st down.
It's a draw play. And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
I know the toss play begins with a guy taking the snap and turns around and flips it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is can they set the edge as an offense? Whether it's an offensive tackle, a tight end in that same direction. He's
got room looking for the end zone. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, South Florida 54, Florida Atlantic 40.
Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up 1st and goal. Now here's the toss play. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
I love that this defense is still fighting and still attacking. They're defending a 1st and goal play, and instead of just laying down and letting the offense score, no, they're not backing down. They get penetration, come up with a tackle for a loss.
And he's tackled out at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about 3rd down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here. Whether they run it or throw it, you get a stop here, maybe you hold them to 3 points.
And now the defense able to bring him down.
Tell you what, for a tired defense that's been out on that field for a long time on this drive, what a stop there on 3rd and goal. It brings us to 4th and goal. And as a head coach on the offensive side, when you put together this kind of drive and you're this close inside the 3-yard line, you've got to come away here.
Touchdown, Owls. This offense really clicking. Here we go. It's what you hope for. 4th quarter, 1-possession game, conference championship on the line.
You know, these conference championship games sometimes can be so unpredictable. 1 minute you're up by a couple scores, and all of a sudden you have a stalled possession or a turnover, and the pendulum shifts in favor of the opposing team. It's feeling like that might be happening late in this game.
No problem with BAT right down the middle. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. Here comes the USF offense back on the field now. Crucial possession. This game just got tighter. They love to play keep away, chew on the clock. How will they call it here? And looking to throw now on 1st down. The catch is made for a huge pickup. And he breaks loose down the left side. It's a foot race. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, South Florida.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. When they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the 4th quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. They really had the defense off balance in the last possession, mixing the run and pass extremely well. They're going to run it. Nowhere to run up the middle.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
It's a run. Running back's got it. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Talking about quickness, that play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. And he'll set up to throw. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on 3rd down and long. It's a bit of a risk, but with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th.
That's the 3rd pick tonight thrown by this QB. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
They can put the game away right here. It's first and goal. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Gets rid of it on the move. Touchdown, USF. This offense cannot be stopped. That's another strike from this quarterback, Kirk. He is having himself a day.
This guy's just having one of those days you dream about against this secondary. Let's also give credit to the wide receivers doing a nice job of getting open, and the big fellas up front for giving him enough time to throw.
Extra point up and good. A 3-touchdown lead now here in the final quarter. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. This drive is important. Last one and an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. First play of the drive, we're going to throw the football. And it's incomplete on the overthrow. Just too much on that ball.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Second down after that previous play. They'll try the right side on the toss. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where the heck was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. But that right there, that's what they've been looking for all game.
They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
And they tackle him, but a nice pickup on that running play.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Tailback takes the handoff again. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And here's the handoff. Ball carrier brought down at the 4. Offense in great scoring position here. So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. They'll run it here. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a first and goal for this offense.
Hey, it's not a lot, but it's enough to get the first down.
The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards.
just love that this defense is not giving up on this 1st and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. A nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
Okay, ready. Ball back at the 6 or 2nd and goal off that loss. We go with a direct snap. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Still no answer for this offensive machine.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
And he knocks through the PAT. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And looks like the hands team are able to recover the football. Here comes the South Florida offense back on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. And they'll keep it on the ground, trying to run some clock. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now.
Boy, this offense's execution has been on point all game long, but especially in this 4th quarter. They're getting better and better, and this defense seems to have just quit out there.
Now here comes the bunch formation. And they'll go right back to him on 1st down. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Well, the defensive coordinator this week, all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
The Bulls looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The sophomore with a strong tackle there. That run sets up a critical 3rd down play. And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. He's moving out of the pocket. And he's taken down way behind the line. It'll be a huge loss here.
Well, the quarterback makes a mistake here. That's football 101. Once you get outside of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation and not take the sack, especially in the 4th quarter.
And that punt carries into the end zone, so a touchback. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. And that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. They'll tackle him at the 27. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. And now a timeout is taken by the defense with 11 seconds remaining.
South Florida.
Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. And the offense takes timeout to stop the clock with just 11 seconds remaining. Offense looking to convert on 3rd and short from the 27. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Send the back in motion. They're going to throw for it on 3rd and short. And the catch is made way downfield. That's a big gain, but they could have used that when this football game was still in doubt. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, FAU. Now the try here for the extra point. PAT up and good. They get a little bit closer. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. It's a shotgun run call. And he's brought down there, and that will do it for the game. Now, it's always a special year and a moment these players will never forget. They can call themselves champions of the ACC. With everything they put into it, now the spotlight will get even brighter. With the playoff spot locked up, we're going to find out how they'll fare against the other best teams in the country. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.